That is there.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen it.
You know, it's there because
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the roof.
Okay.
Other than it has to do with our little flying friends that like to peck at the roof. So in a way it does have to do with the roof. And so when they come around, we actually have hoses up there, and so and there's a motion activated thing, so it sprays them with water because they are protected species, and you can't do anything about them.
Got it.
Okay, so our little chicken buzzard friends.
I just always wonder about
Yes.
that cork when I see it.
Yeah, we actually tried like an effigy, and that wasn't working, so we just are moving to sprinklers on the roof.
Is it gonna be a ranger effigy or a husky effigy?
No, it was some type of bird effigy. We actually had to buy it.
Oh, here we spent money on it.
I was waiting for somebody to FOIA that one.
Isaac, what's
So the next roofing project is over at Pine Ridge. This is the entire building roof. So we're recommending the low bidder for that is Division 7 Building Contractors. That amount is just a little over $569,000. And then the last roofing project is over at the food service building. So that's the roof for that entire building. It's kind of small. Again, low bidder, modern roofing, $125,000 for that.
Are those from 2023 capital projects?
They are all from 2023. Yes, thank you. Should have said that. The next one up is really exciting. We've been talking about it in our bond updates about playground equipment, and you know we talked to the community about one of the items in the 2023 bond is updating our playgrounds for elementary schools and adding some more accessible pieces of equipment for our students. So we are bringing that to you this month. It's a little over $5.2 million. Game Time is the vendor. We're using that My Deal Purchasing Cooperative, so that was the bidding side of it for us. It'll be all the elementary schools except for Good Willie. We're taking a little bit more time with Good Willie and trying to figure out what makes most sense over at that space. But if approved, that work will actually can start to begin this spring. Some are easier than others in what we've got to do, but I'm very excited about that. If you look at the bond construction presentation, that will be in your folder. You can see I picked just some images from each of the regions, from one elementary school from each region. You can kind of see some of the pieces that they're going to be getting. Classroom furniture was the next action item that we've talked about and that you'll see on Monday. So this is continuing on. We're finishing up A to B, so they just had their media center and a couple of their offices for ancillary staff. A few more classrooms at Pine Ridge, and then Central Woodlands, Northern Trails. We need to circle back to Central Middle for their art, Eastern Middle, Northern Hills Middle, Central High, Eastern High, and Northern High. So we're doing some more furniture at all of those locations for those same vendors, Custer, Dual, Great Lakes Interface, and BS America. So that's a little over $2.3 million. And this is a combination of 2023 and 2025 capital projects. So the 23 is really for Ada and Pine Ridge, and the others will come out of the 2025. What else do we have? Bus replacement. A lot of action items. Request to purchase 4 new buses. So in our life cycle replacement, this will be the 2025 capital projects. Excuse me. Midwest Transit Equipment is the vendor, and the amount is about $646,000. We want to keep with that international bus. Our fleet is now all international, and that provides us with a lot of efficiencies when it comes to keeping parts and repair and all of that. And then the last thing we talked about, and we talked about it here last month. Oh no, second to last thing. I almost forgot this. It is time. It's for the annual waiver and consent forms related to delinquent personal property taxes. So those after 5 years, the taxing authorities can ask to have those stricken from the tax rolls, and so that gets made up on the operating side. The state makes up the difference, but this is a formality that the board actually has to authorize and then sign off on those. So all but one has some money on here that they would like to strike. And then the last thing we talked about was the operating millage and authorization to adopt a resolution setting the date of May 6th to renew our 18 mills, which you know is very important. It represents about $24 million for our day-to-day operations.
Is there anything else on the ballot for May 6th?
Not that we know of right now.
So then we are covering the cost of that election.
We might, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They, tomorrow, 4 PM is the deadline, or next week, Tuesday, 4 PM is the deadline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I just like freak
Yes.
out?
Yeah,
You looked at me like,
yeah,
"Ooh,
wait, what?
February 11th at
Yeah.
4 PM is the deadline, when someone has to have it filed into the clerk's office for it to be on the ballot, so.
Yeah, I think important to note, we're looking at the 6-year intentionally,
Yes.
so that it does come up when this operational millage comes up again for renewal, that it will be something that will be a federal election, so there will be no cost to the district.
The next one.
The next one. So
Yeah.
this particular one, we have no options other than to go out when it is. If we choose not to, it's $24 million a year that the students wouldn't get through the Per Pupil Foundation. So.
Alright, so a lot of action items that'll be on the consent agenda. I think the operating millage will be on a separate